iPhone 12 mini versus iPhone 12 Pro Max speed test. Let's begin with a boot up test in 3, 2, 1. And man, I gotta tell you guys, if you use the mini and then you go use the 12 Pro Max, it feels like you're using a tablet compared to the 12 mini. The 12 mini feels like a phone. This feels like a phablet. So definitely, I mean, you probably already knew that, but it's really pretty ridiculous. If you've used this and then went to this, it's so much larger. And the 12 mini says, sit down, big boy. I'm going to boot up faster than you, 12 Pro Max. So slightly faster on a 12 Pro mini. That was pretty exciting. Okay, guys, so you can see both of these phones are on 14.3 as of the recording of this video. They're both on the A14 and they're both clocked at 2.99 gigahertz. This one has 6 gigs of RAM. This one has 4 gigs of RAM. But let's see in these apps, if it's just really a smaller version of the 12 Pro Max, you can see loads up at about the same time. We'll go into Twitter here and you can see exactly identical. We'll go into Amazon, and that's what I expect here. You know, that's what you're getting the 12 mini for, to be a smaller version of the 12 Pro Max. Definitely so far, that's exactly what it is showing here. We'll go into Groupon. You could see 12 Pro Max, slightly, not actually anything to call it a victory. We'll go into YouTube and we'll hit the Explore tab. And you can see if we go into trending here, actually, it's the same thing. If we go over here into the App Store, you can see it's the same exact thing going through games, apps, arcades, identical. Let's go into ESPN and you can see ESPN loads essentially the same. I'm not going to call it for these little milliseconds. If it's a small milliseconds, that could be the difference between a slight millisecond on my finger compared to the other phone. So I'm not going to call it for milliseconds. News did load up there first though for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Apple TV Plus, you can see a little bit quicker there for the 12 Pro Max. We'll go into Crossy Road. And that could be because the 12 Pro Max has more memory, so it might have remembered and it might have had it in memory, the Apple TV Plus application. So that could be why that happened. Go into Temple Run, and you can see Temple Run opens first there on the right. We'll hit play. When you play these games, very similar. So yeah, I do think the little bit of memory will make the iPhone 12 Pro Max slightly quicker. Very slightly in terms of just holding a few things, but the performance overall is generally identical for both devices. We'll go into clock and we'll go over here into Starbucks, and you could see who's getting a coffee first. Neither. You better be friendly to the other person, because the guy with the mini is still going to get a coffee around the same time in terms of speed. Let's go into Geekbench 5 now, and we're going to run this CPU benchmark, and we're going to see kind of which one has the better results. So I'll be back when they are done with their benchmarks. Okay, so both of these are right in line what we've expected from the iPhone 12. You can see the 12 mini 1 point higher on the single core, but in reality, the 12 Pro Max gets a 4107 on the multi, 3703 for the 12 mini. Again, Geekbench varies. It could be higher, could be less, depending on when you're doing the test. We'll go to Wildlife here. I was going to say Wi-Fi. Wildlife here for 3D Mark. We'll start this test and we'll be back when these are done running their 3D Mark Wildlife. And so the test actually finishes first here for the 12 Pro Max, which is not really surprising. You can see right here, we do have an 8790 here for the overall score, but I do expect the mini's frame rates to be pretty similar. We do have 52 FPS here for the 12 Pro Max. You can see the battery didn't really drain at all, 86 to 86. 35 to 69 frame rate. So this is probably the best phone for gaming on the iPhone, hands down, in the iPhone 12 Pro Max. You can see right here, we do have a little bit less frame rates here, an average frame rate of 42 FPS. So the mini is probably not the best gaming choice comparatively to the 12 Pro Max. 7160 overall score, so a lower score. The battery did drain 2%. So like I've said before, the battery life is something that drains more often for the 12 mini. And you'll see right here, 30 to 60 FPS variable. Over here, 35 to 69. So you're going to have a smoother gaming experience for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Okay, guys, so let's open up PUBG Mobile and see which one can actually open this game up faster. Again, a game will take a little bit more time to open. It's just a little bit more power demanding than some of those basic apps. So let's see which one can do this task a little bit faster. Now, again, the wildlife benchmark should show that the application, when actually in the game, should be a little bit smoother for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And when you're actually doing the game play, it's going to drain less battery. So while the single core is almost the same, that means loading the games up is going to be around the same time. But when you're actually playing the match, you'll have a slightly smoother experience sustained through the iPhone 12 Pro Max versus the 12 mini. But it's going to be not very noticeable because the 12 mini is still a powerhouse in your pocket. It's still more powerful than older iPhones. So it's just a really great little phone over here. Let's go into Mortal Kombat. Not saying this ain't a great large phone, but we've had great large phones for the past 2 iterations. This is a special little pocket rocket over here in the 12 mini. So you can see that the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the 12 mini are loading Mortal Kombat up at around a similar time. 12 mini might be in the lead, and it doesn't really matter which one loads it up faster, again, because the mini is going to drain more battery, and it's going to be a smaller, less enjoyable experience and have a little bit less frame rates. But you can still enjoy it. If you need to enjoy a quick game on the go, the 12 mini can definitely handle it, but it wouldn't be my first choice when it comes to gaming. All right, guys, so we're in Safari. Let's go ahead and run a JavaScript SunSpider and see which one actually can refresh the page a little faster. Again, both these have 5G, so you'll be able to get great performance on mobile. And it looks like the 12 Pro Max slightly quicker, 87.7 ms versus 88.1. So this is kind of the theme I'm seeing throughout this video. The 12 Pro Max just has a little bit more boost, just a very, very little bit. And you're paying this much more though, because you're paying like $400 more for the 12 Pro Max. So for speed, you're not paying, the difference in the price is not worth it in speed. The difference will be worth it in the screen size. We'll go ahead and do a quick video render. Even the iPhone 12 mini can do fast video rendering as well. This is a 5-minute clip. I will be back when they're done exporting these. Remember, both of these are on iMovie, which is very well optimized from Apple. So either one could win it out here. We'll see. Okay, and they finished identical at the same time. So you can render out video on both of these. This was a 5-minute video. You can render them out at the same time. So if you want to do little videos on the go, secretive, because it's really small, nobody's going to tell that you're making a Hollywood movie on your 12 mini with your HDR capabilities, you can also render that on your way home and get it up on YouTube. So this is a pretty amazing little phone. We already know just looking at the Max that it's amazing, but what's amazing about the mini is that it's so small and it could do basically the same stuff, but it's not selling the greatest because a lot of people want the bigger device, and hopefully it sticks around for the 13 series, or we might have ourselves another special phone that's going to be a little bit hard to get your hands on later on down the line. So yeah, 12 Pro Max, beast. 12 mini, mini beast. There you go. You've seen how they performed. Which one would you pick? Let us know down below, and why you chose which phone you chose. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.